Hi everyone, it's Adrian Leah. This is going to be a first impressions video on two decks, the Ocean Oracle and the Forest Oracle. Both are by Brian and Breyer, and the owner of the shop is Katie. Hi Katie, if you're watching, thank you so much for these decks. They're amazing. So I found them on Etsy and I got them immediately. So this is considered a holiday gift because my dad did give me some money and I decided to get these decks. So my first apartment was in Rhode Island. So I'm not from Rhode Island, but I love the New England area in general. So I do miss being in New England because I'm currently living in the South right now. But I'm going with life and I'm going to be living in New England sometime in the future. For now, these decks are so amazing and I would definitely consider them as my top oracle list because they are sentimental and I love earthy decks. So I'm going to flip through a couple. The words really connect with me too, and this is the Ocean Oracle, by the way. So I actually pulled out two cards and it ended up being Trust Spirit, if it's the correct way. So from each oracle. And with the Forest Oracle, I feel like I had a heavier energy with it. It wasn't the oracle itself, but the grief I had associated with leaving my home, the New England area. So I'm happy that I get to experience other areas of the world, but I do miss my home in New England. So the scenery is amazing, and I feel like the most magical part of driving up to the New England area is when autumn starts, because when you go on the highways there's so many trees and you see its beauty. So I'm definitely I have more of a preference to the northeastern weather and nature, but I love nature in general. When I have these decks, I feel like a weight has been lifted and I feel more at home. They read so well. And it's the type of imagery that I'm used to, or the type of nature that I'm used to. I feel like a part of the healing process, is accepting and being content in the area that I'm at, and at the same time getting the closure that's necessary for me to release that grief. So it makes it more of an easier process for sure. And the cardstock is super nice. It's not too thin, not too thick, and it has a matte velvet type finish. I appreciate that the words are either lighter or darker depending on what the background is, so it doesn't get lost. But sometimes it's nice getting lost in the forest. I was thinking about mixing the decks together, but I know I'm going to be carrying them together. I started to knit up a bag for them. And these decks and my menacing cards and my sacred path cards are the only ones that I paired up together. It's definitely nostalgic. And I'm almost done showing you guys the Forest Oracle. It's an amazing deck. I hope that I'm not going too fast either. So with the Ocean Oracle, I definitely had a strong pull to it. So I definitely love forests, and I'm not one that goes to the ocean a lot, but the northeastern shores are my favorite. Oh, that's cool, with the writing on the rocks. There are some birds in here. I love the word uses. Integration is so amazing for that card. Definitely unique. This one's a bit sad, but I love that it has a balance. I definitely feel a connectedness, which I've been talking about lately, of feeling one and interconnectedness with the universe. This was one of the first cards that I got too, because as I said, I've been going through life and I wanted to stay in the New England area because it's where it's my home, and then I end up moving to the opposite of what I would consider a place that I would move to. Not that where I live is a bad place, but it's definitely a different experience for me. And I have just memories of going down the shore and staying at cottages, the briskness of the water or the temperature and the air too. The sentence was messed up. I hope that it makes sense. And I've said it, but these decks make me feel more at home. And I even love the backs of the cards too. That's one of the cards because it looks like, to me it looks like winter, and there's a bit of ice there. These cards are evocative. And they call you in different ways too, like the universe does. It isn't so in your face, but it seeks different angles. And I got the focus card a couple of times too. And I'm nearing the finish of the cards too. Make sure you guys how they shuffle. So it's a little high, but and you could do a bridge with these easily too. And that was the Ocean Oracle. That has 64. This is the Forest Oracle. This is what I consider dreamy cardstock, because I like cardstock like this, because I tend to shuffle my cards a lot. So I'll pull out 3 cards from each. I didn't flip them over. I do that at the end. So for the Forest Oracle, I got Beauty. And the second one is Transparency. And Choice. Amazing. And the Ocean Oracle, I got Choice, Relaxation, and Honesty. It's really interesting. I do joke around of how one of my cats, I call him Gary from HR, and he wanted to retire in Florida. And I'm not sure if you guys watch Rick and Morty, but there's a cat that's gray too, and he talks about, so how about Florida? Because people retire here. So that just popped up in my head. Also, while I was out, I did find this pendant. So I'm usually gifted owls. This time I found an owl. I have a lot of animal jewelry too. So this is howlite, carnelian, turquoise, and lapis lazuli. And I paired it up with lapidolite too. Such a coincidence that I got this the other day, and I ended up being gifted another one today. So this is one that will be easier to carry around. Hope you guys can see it. Kinda can. So I'm running out of time. Thank you guys so much.